No, 80% of them know that it's a joke. Yeah, 80% know that it's a joke. I'll say that from my knowledge, over 50% of them probably consume cannabis. Even though, at work, at home, when not at work, I won't say. I've never seen that. But as I did, when I got off at work, in the evening or in the morning or whatever the shift I was on, I came home and instead of falling into a bottle of liquor or a 12 pack of beer like most officers did, to try to forget whatever they saw or got or dealt with that day, I would smoke a joint and then I'd go to bed. Um, that was my relief. But no, police officers overall, we know that that's not our problem. We know what our problem is. We've never had an argument in a traffic stop with somebody that's smoking weed versus somebody that has alcohol or somebody that's trying to hide a gun. I mean, yeah, people that smoke weed just didn't want to argue and they didn't run. They just said, "Yeah, I smoked a joint, officer." They were honest about it. Now you get an alcoholic and you might, well, okay, we're going to have to fight. It's on. Here we go. So, yeah, and I get asked this a lot in a lot of interviews. Actually, I just did one last week and it was brought up. But no, law enforcement overall, like I said, we know that we're wasting time into court. We know that people's lives are being destroyed because of laws that lawmakers make. We know that our prisons are tied up. They don't need to be filled up with possession people with cannabis and so forth. It's just not a problem on the street. Unfortunately, there are supervisors that push the issue. They're still under the belief of Harry Anslinger days, in the Nixon days and so forth like that. It's their thing. Of course, they have supervisors themselves, so it's kind of a trickle down the ladder thing. But no, the officers that I knew, most of us we used to do the wind test where we would shake the bag out on the side of the road and say, "Yep, that's weed. Go on home." And we wouldn't charge them for it. We just let them go. So.